fellow Toastmasters and leaders. It reminded me of those days when I was in engineering. My father used to give me 150 rupees as pocket money, and I had to live it for the whole month. Things have changed a lot from spending 150 for a month to spend 150 in a second. But I know, and God knows how hard it was. I came from a middle class family, and my father was the only breadwinner. So I had no choice but to compromise on a lot of things. I used to walk a lot to save money, or I rode a bicycle sometimes. Most of my friends used to come on bikes. I skipped going to movies with friends. For my studies, I used to borrow textbooks from my seniors. At times, I wanted to take a bus instead of walk. I wanted to go to movie instead of going home. I wanted to ride a bike instead of bicycle. But I had no choice. I hated that position, but I had no other option. A deep desire of wanting to be financially independent started taking shape. At that time around, I read a quote which changed my attitude towards life. Nothing in this world can take place of persistence. Talent will not. Nothing is more common than unsuccessful people with talent. World is full of unused talent. Genius will not. World is full of unused genius. Unrewarded genius is almost a problem. Education will not. World is full of educated derelicts. Persistence and determination are only omnipotent. The slogan "Press on" has solved and always will solve the human problems. After reading this quote, I decided to persist no matter what till I reach a stage where I can say I'm financially independent. Towards the end of engineering, I prepared my resume and sent it to top IT companies, hoping to receive a call letter for an interview. To fulfill my childhood dreams, I also applied for several posts in Indian Army, Navy, and Air Force. Meanwhile, I also appeared for graduate aptitude test in engineering for master's program. Since my mind was inclined for a job after BTech, so I couldn't clear that entrance. Neither I was receiving any calls from the companies, nor did I receive any call from Indian Navy, Army, or Air Force. So I started feeling more depressed. It was a total confusion in my life at that time. I doubted if whether I ever could get a job, but I persisted. At the behest of my friends, I applied for IIIT Hyderabad entrance for postgraduate courses on the last year of applications. When I told about this to my professor, he said, "Vamshi, if you can get a seat in IIIT, you can secure a job in top company through campus placement for a good salary." I thought through this I can fulfill my dream of becoming financially secure and independent. So I decided to go for higher studies. I worked hard and attempted IIIT Hyderabad entrance with confidence on 25th of April 2004. Out of 2 lakh people, 2 lakh candidates who appeared for this entrance exam, only 120 were selected for a personal interview in my stream on 25th of May, and I was one among them. There were 5 professors in the panel. I was carrying my engineering final semester project report in my hands. For 20 minutes, I went on to explain about my project and answered various queries from the panel. I answered with confidence and conviction and truthful in my responses. But I doubted about my selection as they were to select only 30 from 120 candidates. 15 days later, I saw a letter from IIIT admissions that I got selected to postgraduate program in VLSI and embedded systems. To confirm if it was real, I pinched to myself and I read it 2 more times. I was on cloud 9 after reading that letter. Being selected to one of the best institutions of India was a great achievement till date in my life. So with that happy mood, I shared that news to my father and told him about the fee structure, that it would cost around 2 lakh rupees for course curriculum and another 50,000 for hostel and food expenses. I know my father could not do that because of financial situation. He could not afford this. I went to my head of the department in our college and explained about my situation. He first congratulated me and told that every bank is offering education loan of 4 lakh rupees without any surety, and the same can be repaid after the course completion within 5 years. And he also advised me not to consider it as a expenditure but a investment on my future. So I discussed this with my father and he was convinced in the end with the idea of it. On June 15th, a month later, on July 15th, I was in IIIT Hyderabad. It seems the harder I work, the more luck I have. My journey towards financial independence began on. Course curriculum started very second day, and we became busy in writing assignments and researching on several projects which our professor asked us to. In the first 2 weeks, I kept efforts seen as the amount of effort which I put in total 4 years of my engineering. Time passed, 3 semesters was successfully finished, and I stood third in our class. In the month of November, whole of our class was busy in preparing for campus placements. That was the time for me to fulfill my dreams. December 3rd, 3 of our classmates got placed into Portal. By 10th of December, 7 more got placed into IBM and Austria Microsystems. I could not secure a job. I started feeling inferior about myself. I doubted my abilities. I did not take part. I did not succeed in 3 companies. But there were still more companies to visit in the coming weeks' time. So I continued with my preparation. On 17th December at around 5 p.m., I remember my journey till then. Have gone through a lot and persevered to get where I was at that time. Maybe if I possessed a little more, I may get to the final hurdle as well. With that attitude, I changed my mind and I prepared it for the next interview. I cleared the written exam and also the technical and HR interview and got placed on December 20th into Synopsys. I still remember that moment they declared about my selection. I could not sleep that whole night as my dream of placing into one of the best institutions of India was fulfilled, and I was offered a very good salary. And I was soon going to become a financially independent person. From my 2 experiences, getting admission to IIIT and securing a job in Synopsys, I learned one thing. In the process of realizing what we want to achieve, there may be testing times, there may be difficult times. If we perceive and if we are determined, anything is possible. From spending 150 rupees in a month to be able to spend 150 in a second, I perceive it. Gold will transform into diamond only when it survives tough tests of nature. The same also goes with us as well. When we are in testing times or when we are in difficult times, it's just that God is polishing us to turn us into sparkling diamonds. So next time, when you try to fulfill your dreams and are in difficulties, remember the slogan, press on.